What is going on, collectors? Optical 20 back for another video review. Today we are going to take a look at Asmus Collectibles Bilbo Baggins from Lord of the Rings. And if you are interested in this figure, head over to their website. I'll put the link down below. This recently sold out at Big Bad Toy Store, and rightfully so. This figure is phenomenal. Looks great. You can see just the packaging itself. Man, I love this packaging. It looks like a book. Well, that's what they're going for. Bilbo wrote a book. Normally, I would keep my packaging in the garage, but this time, I feel like I'm going to make an exception because I'm going to display this because it's small enough. The packaging is so well thought of. It's well done that it'll be a crime to just throw it in the garage. And look at here, you see the spine of the book. It's beautiful. You see the packaging right there. And Andy, a friend of mine on Facebook, I didn't know he painted the head sculpt of this, which is regarded by most collectors, or at least the Lord of the Rings collectors that I know of, is one of their best offerings when it comes to the head sculpt. And it comes with two, not one, but two head sculpts here. As you can see here, and we'll take out all the packaging in here. That looks phenomenal. We're gonna take a deep dive on this as well. And this is the when he was trying to get the ring from Frodo. Pretty iconic moment, honestly, because I wasn't a kid, but that scared the crap out of me when back then, because I didn't expect that. You know, like he kind of transformed into this creature like character, almost kind of like Gollum right there. But underneath, you see, this is a special gift by Asmus as well. And it's not just for me, but it's for everyone who ordered Bilbo Baggins. So you are going to get this nice upgraded hat from Gandalf the Grey, which is nicely sculpted because the first one was fabric and a lot of people complained and they always listened. So they provided this. You can buy this at a certain point in time last year. There's a magnet inside as well. It's a beautiful gesture by them because now they're really trying to appease all the collectors by including. They didn't have to, they didn't have to, but back then you could purchase this. I don't know if they ran out. Maybe I'm not sure. I would contact them if I was you. If you were in the market for one, or if you have Gandalf the Grey. I don't know what the requirement is for them to send you one. I'm pretty sure you have to pay for the shipping. But looking at this is the collector tray, which I can't open. I believe there's like stuff in here, but you can clearly see here the hands, the backpack that he does have. And let's take a closer dive on this guy right here. So you got beautiful hands right there, a good array of hands. Those are the page holding hands. This is where the ring is at, kind of like a pointy finger, but a ring in there. So you could remove the ring, put it in his pocket, kind of like in Fellowship of the Ring, if you choose to do so. So there's two types of hands here. One is kind of like fisted hands, and then this guy, I use that to hold the book or the mug. It's really up to you how you want to use this, or to hold this pans right here, or pots. Nicely detailed. The handle is made out of metal, but the body itself plastic. He got some nicely painted mug. Nice. It looks wooden, and it has some nice weathering on it. You got the pipe as well right here. It's not going to focus because this is so thin, and I have a new camera, by the way, so it's kind of finicky, but you get the idea here. It is kind of like with if you do have all the Hobbits before, or Gandalf, and he got his book, which this one is nicely done because you can see here it gives you that rubber pleather look, but inside it has actual pages. And I'm doing this with one hand because I still don't know how to focus my camera, but as you can see here, the attention to detail is phenomenal. Every page has a printout of the book that Bilbo has been working on. So and he could actually hold it and kind of like turn the page if you want to. And now he got his walking stick as well. When he's about to travel in the Fellowship of the Ring. And he got this trusty backpack, which on the manual, which is pretty cool as well. So you could remove this strap, put the pots and pans on the bottom there, and it's pretty consistent to if you do have the younger Bilbo, which I do have. Looks exactly the same. However, the paint application is a bit different, like the color wise. And now he has a different jacket as well. So the other one that's is for his birthday celebration. This jacket is when he is traveling, like it's a traveling jacket. So you can alter the look of Bilbo if you want to. So now let's take a look at the tailoring here. Phenomenal job. Well, I got nothing to say about Asmus. Even back in the day when it comes to tailoring, they always nail it. But now, I don't know the fabric that they're using. Because I reviewed this, and prior to this, I was looking at Gandalf the White. And the fabric that was used there is phenomenal as well. The pattern, the way it drapes, nicely done. Now, they made some improvements on this Hobbit foot. I don't know how you can do that, but they did. It's dirty. You can see the hair is a bit more streamlined because I do have Frodo and all the hobbits there. It's the hair on their feet is a bit messy. I don't know why it wouldn't be messy. It's on the feet, but this one is a bit more tamed, so to speak. The jacket has a really good inner lining there with some nice detail coming down to his sleeves, as you can see. Just great tailoring. Nothing is bunching up. Everything just kind of flows naturally here. And let's take a look at this beautiful head sculpt here by Bilbo. Man, that is the texture, the paint application is phenomenal. And this is not even a Crown Series figure, and it looks great. They've really done an amazing job throughout the years in kept on improving their craft. And I would say, I got a lot of their favorites, but I would say objectively, the best head sculpt is still Gandalf the White, right? But this is nothing to sneeze at. I would say this would be number 2, and I would say Gandalf the Grey would be number 3, just because of this is just up there, man, when it comes to head sculpt. Now, I got Gimli too. Gimli's pretty cool as well. So, but recency bias, I would say this would be a really close second to Gandalf the White. That Gandalf the White is just phenomenal. And you can see the hair is nicely flowing there. He got some layered and textured hair. The eyes, the paint application. Andy did a great job on painting this because he's older as well, so you can see the freckles on his face, like what old people does. You know, they do have that freckles, and you can see the texture in his face. Now, this frightened me back in the day when I was watching it. It still frightens me up to this day. But again, I think they did a great job on capturing that one moment. And that one moment is very scene specific, very specific to that particular scene. And it looks great. I think they captured that moment. Even though it's just a split second, they captured it nicely. The eyes, the teeth, the hair, everything looks great, right? So it looks really, really good. And moving along here, the hair, the volume of the hair is pretty consistent with the other head sculpt as well. So at least you have that. Would I use this a lot? Every once in a while when you feel like being risky or something, you could choose to switch this over. If you're doing photography and you just want to mix it up a little bit. For the most part, I love the other head sculpt. I love it. So, but nothing to sneeze at. This looks phenomenal as well. Look at the teeth. It looks so realistic. He got his tongue there. Man, that's frightening me. It's just staring at my soul right now. Those eyes are just piercing into my body. But yeah, the hair looks great. Man. And then once you remove the actual head sculpt, by the way, the other one, the scarf just kind of like goes with it. So it's very easy to put them together. And you can see here, this is the articulation. I feel like everything is ratcheted on this guy. And they made some significant, great upgrades to their body, dating back to when they started. Because I've been I've had Asmus Collectibles for years now, maybe 8 years or so. But this guy can hold the pose if you want to. Of course, there's no ankle articulation there. It's just the feet is dirty. It's a solid piece. And everything else is pretty tight and sturdy. You got some double bend in there. So there's no hindrance of articulation here outside of the ankle. Because, for aesthetic wise, you don't want to have that seam. And he stands pretty well. Now, he does have some, bicep swivel here. And the waist, it's kind of being hindered just because of the fabrics, because of so many layers. But I don't see you using that feature at all. So now we're going to utilize this head sculpt. I didn't include Frodo because I'm going to, switch them over. But as you can see, I already altered the look just by removing the jacket and his, basically his tie. So you could have a different look for, I could even remove I think it's more screen accurate if I removed his vest, because I believe on this scene he was kind of wearing all beige or no vest at all as far as I can remember. But yeah, it just shows you with one figure if you have separate head sculpts. And here, look at this, it looks like a totally different figure with his backpack on, a traveling jacket, his walking stick, and he's ready to go. He's going to Rivendell. There you go. He's passing. He's right there. He's right by the door, trying to finish his book. That's what we're going for here. And for the most part, I think this is the look that I would put him in. It's just, the story of Bilbo as it progressed is beautiful. And as you can see here, he's holding the book, kind of like glancing through it. Now he is wearing his nice jacket. So he does have a book holding hand, and also like a fingers that would turn the page. So that is pretty awesome, because you don't see a whole lot of that. There's a lot of thought process into those hands that they included to make sure that it matches to what the accessory is asking for. I didn't even change both hands. The other hand is what the normal one, so I just made it work. And this looks great, man. I love The Hobbit. I think the more I watch it, the more I love it. So I love the younger Bilbo. It's a nice compliment because I can already see the pictures that I'm going to take, the transitions between younger and older Bilbo that I could do with these two figures. I think they're both phenomenal. And they both have a place in my collection here. And I'm so happy to have this older Bilbo in here. Now you got Frodo and Gandalf the Grey in their home in Bag End, which is a beautiful place right here. I want to go to that location. I believe it's in New Zealand. That's one of my bucket lists. So one of these days, I'm gonna visit that set so I could explore one of my favorite movie of all time. It's basically Lord of the Rings. So I'm gonna go there one of these days. But there you go, guys. If you can't go, one thing you can do is purchase this Bilbo Baggins figure. It is great. The price, you guys just missed it, because on Big Bad they had a good sale for this. For basically like $120 or $115, something like that, which is a massive steal in my opinion. The price tag of, I believe this was $185 initially, or $180, was already a great deal. You're getting 2 head sculpts, 2 jackets, a bunch of accessories. That's already a great deal in my opinion to get a figure of this quality for under $200. And now you just slash it even more. The last time I checked, at the time of this video, at Asmus Store, they have one on sale. I believe it has a defective box. But if you don't care about those things, keep an eye on their store, because they are doing those kind of sales where sometimes the box gets dinged. And this is a beautiful box, don't get me wrong, but if you could get a figure heavily discounted just for a little ding in the box, maybe you don't mind it that well. So, jump on the opportunity to get one at a discounted price. But I would say this is a must-have for any Lord of the Rings collector. I'm so happy to have this. For one, it's a great character. He even has his own movie. Of course, it's the younger Bilbo, but he's an integral part of that universe of the Lord of the Rings, the lore. But not only that, it's a phenomenal film. One of Asmus's best release, I would say, and it's in one of the more recent ones. But thank you for watching. Hopefully you like this video. Give it a thumbs up. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't done so. Follow me on Instagram, Facebook, and Twitch, and I'll see you guys in the next video.